Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss what is a cybersecurity, what is an importance of cybersecurity, what if the organizations have not implemented the cybersecurity. So what are the different sequences they're going to face? So first is cybersecurity. What is a cybersecurity? Cybersecurity for the organization is all about securing their assets. The assets will be it will be a computer networks or a devices and the sensitive information. So the cybersecurity program is designed to secure the organization assets from a different type of cyber attacks. So what if the organization has not taken care or has not implemented a cybersecurity program effectively? So what is going to happen? What is the consequences they're going to face? So we're going to take a one particular case study here. Here we have the bank XYZ, and the bank XYZ have not implemented their cybersecurity, or they do not following the best practices of cybersecurity. So we're going to see what is the impact or what is the consequences they've been faced. So in this case study, we're going to discuss all that. So this bank is XYZ bank. On one day, the IT team notices something strange on their network, and without knowing them is a hacker group. Let's say this hacker group is ShadowNet, and they found a way into the bank's system, and they discovered a weak spot in the XYZ bank, and where the weak spot is found on the outdated the bank's outdated firewall. So with that weak spot, they've been entered into the organization, and they started stealing the customers data for a weeks of a period. So the breach, so here the hackers managed to take the huge amount of sensitive information. So the sensitive information will be credit card informations, debit card informations, bank account details, and social security numbers, and the customers names, addresses, etc. So they sell this information on the place called a dark web. So we're going to discuss what is a dark web in the later sections. So the dark web, where the other criminals, the cyber criminals will go and buy these financial data, like whatever the data steals by the attackers, like credit card, debit card information, they will be selling here in the dark web. So the other fraud criminals, they will go and take those credit card information and debit card information, and then they could use further fraud activities. So we're going to see that as well. So with this cycle, after stealing the sensitive information, selling into the dark web, and then that further this information or this credit card information is used by the fraud people to do some fraud transactions. So this is all happens. So what are the consequences we are going to see? With this complete attack life cycle, what is the consequences the organization faces? So the first thing is the financial loss. So financial loss is the hackers stores the customer information and conducted fraud transactions, right? So the attacker might be using those credit card informations to do some fraud transactions, or they sell it to on the dark web, and the fraud people from here will do some fraud transactions, which finally causes lose the amount, the customers lose the money from their bank account. So, and also the bank has to invest heavily in repairing and upgrading their banks or their security infrastructure. So they need to invest a lot of money to fix all the security issues on their infrastructure. So that is the and also the bank has to be fined from regulatory bodies for failing to protect their customer data. So one is the customer amount has been lost. The other one is the bank has to invest a huge amount to repair and upgrade their security infrastructure. And third one is they need to pay the penalty to regulatory bodies because they are not they are failed to protect the customers data. So that is what happens. That is the financial loss for the this particular bank. Also the reputational damage. So what is the reputational damage here? The customers lost the trust on this particular bank, and they can move their bank accounts to other accounts. So that is the damage. And also the brand damage. I mean the bank, the negative publicity. So everybody knows this bank is not secure and they've been hacked. So that the kind of negative publicity harm the bank's brand as well, and making it difficult to attract the new customers. So that is the reputational damage. And the operational disruptions, where the breach caused several disruptions affecting the server, the bank's ability to operate smoothly. And also they have a huge amount of data has been corrupted during the attack, so which leads to a further operational issue. So to here the operational it takes a huge time to do again a smooth operations. And the other one is the legal consequences. So legal consequences plays a major role. So the legal consequences is the safe bank or this XYZ bank faces a multiple lawsuits from the affected customers and shareholders. And also the regulatory bodies will impose strict penalties on this particular XYZ bank. And the intellectual property theft, where the bank had proprietary technology, it's a theft and could diminish the bank's the competitive edge. And the other one is the identity theft, where the customers suffer from identity theft, because they lost their all the customers data, like their bank names, credit card information and everything. Its PII information, personal information has been theft, which is leading to a financial loss and a credit damage as well. Also the customers personal information, whatever their names and everything was exposed and has been misused, right? Also the national security threat. Although even though this XYZ bank is private entity, an attacker on a large financial institutions could pose a national security threat by destabilizing the financial system. And the other one is the economic impact. So if the breach has impacted or affected the large bank, it could have disrupted the financial markets, especially imagine if there is a huge bank has been impacted, so which leads to even the national stock markets and everything gets impacted, and their share will starts falling down, which is the other issue. And also the banks reduce the productivity due to addressing the breach, all that stuff. So because they need to fix everything, and they need to fix their security issues, which takes a time. And so that the productivity also gets impacted. Because of the productivity, there is no productivity, the economy also impacts. So that is the consequences, that is a disadvantage of if you do not follow the cybersecurity program. These all are the different types of different impacts you are going to face, and which is it's not an easy to come back again to do a smooth operations it is not at all easy once this sort of attacks happens. After that, this after this attacks happens, doing a smooth operations again, which is not an easy. So that is the role of a cybersecurity program. So that's why the organizations are very strict on their cybersecurity program. So they are investing a huge amount of money to secure their organization assets, even though it is not going to give any productivity, or it is not generating a money, because of to secure the organization, to avoid all these consequences. The organizations invest heavily on their on their organization to secure their organization from different types of cyber attacks. So that's all about this session, and we will meet on the next session.